We're twisting the throttle today on At Your Leisure and riding roads where every turn introduces you to something amazing. I'm Rhea Rossi Booth.
And I'm Chad Booth. Rhea and I are exploring by motorcycle through the national parks and well-known destinations.
From there, we'll head off to the county fair and find out how teenagers are changing the faces of these traditional events for the better.
Lastly, Stephen Heumann finds that not having a destination can be the best way to explore. On the outdoors now with AYL.
Are you guys ready? They are. Hi, everybody. Welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Rhea Rossi Booth.
We are in Torry, Utah today, and a lot of people associate this with motorcycles. That is correct if you've done that. Most people think about Highway 12, but did you know there are other rides that are just as spectacular but a little easier on the motorcycle skill?
It's a beautiful fall day today here in Torry, and I can't wait to get on the bike. And it's a little nippy this morning, but it's only going to get warmer.
One of the beautiful things about fall is the color that the skies bring and the colors that the hills bring. Let's find out what our crowd thinks.
It's not too hot, not too cold. You get a lot of the leaves changing colors, so it helps with the scenery. Tourists have slowed down a little bit, so not as crowded. It's a perfect time of year to ride.
I love it. It's just so fresh, and you see so many things that you don't see in a vehicle. That's great because it's so beautiful already that I can't wait to see what else there is to see.
It just makes you feel a lot more connected to the road and the environment. There's things that you get on the motorcycle, like the feel of the wind, and then you can feel like the hot and cold air as you drive through different areas and the smells. And it's just, in a car you're boxed in and you're disconnected from the environment, and with the motorcycle you just feel you're really a part of what you're riding.
It gives me something to do with my husband. He likes it, and I like to go to other things like plays and stuff, so we compromise. But it's fun. I just like being outdoors and the fresh air, and like I said, doing something with my husband.
This is a whole new world for me due to my boyfriend Scott, and it's just been so much fun. There's just this freedom, and as I was pointing out to him the other day, as you're riding on the motorcycle, there's smells that you would smell, things you would see that you would never see or smell when you're in a vehicle.
I always wear a leather jacket and helmet, so this time of year is perfect because I can still be all safety conscious but not get so hot.
It's a lot of fun. A lot of people talk about the freedom that you feel with motorcycles, but it's really true. And it just feels invigorating to get out on the motorcycle and just be able to blast down the road. And it's really a ton of fun, and there's a reason why so many people like it.
You know, this is one of my favorite turnouts on the road to Lake Powell.
Oh, it is amazing. So as you can see, biking has a lot of different beautiful aspects to it, and as always, Southern Utah never fails to deliver.
Well, right now it's time for us to go to our travel adventure for this week. We are off on foot power in a place that you would not expect by its name, but it delivers nonetheless.
This is what Marysvale, Utah looks like at 5 o'clock in the morning. Now, most folks are still getting some personal time with their pillows at 5 a.m., but sometimes it's worth getting up early for views like this.
Today we've hiked into the South Fork drainage of Bullion Canyon. Last year I brought my little pup and we hiked this, and I came up here thinking, this needs to be seen by other people. It's not a closed wilderness area by any means, but it's an open area for hiking and backpacking, horse riding, and I thought, it would be a good opportunity to get this exposed. A lot of people come to Marysville and they ride the ATV trail system, but this is another option that they have.
And Sam followed through with his thought that this place needed to be seen by other people. He said, And I agreed. I was joined on this hike by a wide range of people, including an environmental engineer about to send his son on an LDS mission, a father-son duo who love fishing, and a young couple expecting their first child. We all set off from the incredible Rocky Ridge Resort in search of adventure.
I think there is something special to be said about getting somewhere under your own power, getting out and connecting with nature. ATVing's fun, and I racer. I like to be in the smell octane, and all that stuff is fun, but there's also something special about being out in the woods, quiet, disconnected from electronics, in nature.
The hike itself was moderately challenging, not so much that an 8-month pregnant young woman couldn't join us, but enough that you'll want to make sure you're packing enough water and snacks to keep you energized. But the scenery is breathtaking, and the history that's scattered around the trail is fascinating. At one time, it was thought gold could be found up in these hills, and that brought prospectors from across the country in search of their fortunes. Remnants can still be found today, and that history adds to the allure of the trail.
I like all the old mining stuff for sure. I think that stuff's really interesting. All of the old cabins, all that stuff is pretty crazy to see that people lived here so long ago and built all of this by hand. I mean, it's pretty incredible.
You know, just every time you come here, any of these higher mountain areas in the Tushers are just breathtaking, and a lot of people drive up 89 or I-15 and they see the peaks from the highway, but they never get over here.
It's always good to get outside and be with good company and enjoy the beauty that the world has to offer, because there's a lot of beautiful places, and if you don't go explore, you're missing out.
The trail up Bouillon Canyon offers more than just intriguing historic sites, fresh air, and far-reaching vistas. There's also the opportunity to bring your trusted steed up this way, as horses are more than welcome and alter the experience to such a degree that it's a completely different trip. Plus, with plenty of streams, if you want to cast a line, there is plenty of fishing along the way. Now, truthfully, when we set off this morning into these mountains, there was no specific destination. Sure, Sam had some hot spots that he wanted us to see, but ultimately we were just there to experience. We would pick our path and we would go, and in many ways, that's the purest form of exploration, and it was a wonderful day because of it.
I think a lot of people in our modern age get caught up with an end point. They've got to get here or got to get there. You set a goal and get to a point. And I think once you achieve your goals, when you look back and realize everything that you had to do to get to that point, that's where the something special is happening.
The most important takeaway from today's trip, at least for me, is how important it is to appreciate the journey. Today wasn't about where we were going, it was about how we were getting there and what we were seeing, and how wonderful that experience is. Plus, having people you care about alongside you during the trip makes everything better. The journey and the people we share that journey with, for me, is one of the most important aspects of life.
We have a feeling that the baby likes it, because whenever we come out, baby gets lots of kicks. So we're constantly getting kicked, and baby's just like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's thrilled to bring people into places like this for their first time, and you get to see it through their eyes, and they get to share it with us, their feeling of the beauty of what we have here. And so sometimes we take it for granted, and so it's just nice to kind of get pumped up by others, so it's a good feeling.
And that feeling is amplified when you have an experience like this with people you love. It's kind of the power of the outdoors. I'd like to thank the Steed family for showing this area off, and Rocky Ridge Resorts for putting us up. This is a beautiful area. You should come out here with your family and give it a try. Well, I'm Stephen Heumann for At Your Leisure. We need to take a commercial break, but when we come back, we'll have our product review.
They're here. Ranger XP 1000, the most powerful Ranger ever. General 4, the off-road's most popular new crossover. And Ride Command, connecting you like never before. See the best of 2017. Or grab a great deal on remaining 2016s. Get rebates up to $3,000 during the Polaris factory authorized clearance.
I'm Chris Haller, Utah Division of Parks and Recreation Off-Highway Vehicle Program Coordinator. And today we're here to talk about how you can protect your brain. A couple key things when selecting a helmet is to make sure that it's DOT approved and that you check the expiration date. Yes, helmets do expire. Typical expiration date is between 5 and 7 years. Visit our website at ohv.utah.gov for more helmet information. Utah State Parks, adventures for everyone.
In a place that is beyond words, there is nothing to be said, except take your time in Bryce Canyon country.
Hi there! Welcome back to At Your Leisure. I'm Reagan Ledbetter. We're doing a little shock and awe today at Hillside Tire and Service. We're gonna go over and talk to Tom about the shock part. I'll show you the awe part in a minute. Hi Tom,
Hi, how are you? Good.
All right, I need everything there is to know about shocks.
They're expensive. It's not so much going out, it's just whatever application you're using the vehicle for, just to make sure you have the right equipment. So if you're going to be something that's doing severe off-roading and stuff, you definitely want to have something that's really heavy duty. They make different grades of it, they make reservoir shocks, all that type of thing. If you're going to be an average Joe like myself that would go down there every once in a while, go on a trail, you can upgrade one step up from the factory stuff and be good to go. Basically, they're designed to keep your tires flat on the ground and to take the abuse of the road.
So you know how some people go up to the car and they push on it to see if the shocks are working? Does that work?
They're just testing to see if it has an alarm system. They're probably going to steal the car. Today's vehicles, probably not so much anymore. The way the suspensions are, they're a lot stiffer, so it doesn't really do that. You know, back in the 80s and stuff, you got those big boats, the Continentals and the Cadillacs and Lincolns or whatever. Right. You can bounce on those things and it would just sit there and bounce forever. That's one way you could tell on the older vehicles.
But that's not the official test?
Not anymore, no. Okay. No, you just go by your wear of your tires, you go by the look of the shock or the strut and go off mileage per se. Yeah.
All right.
Realistically, the only way to tell you a strut or shock is bad, one, if it's leaking, kind of like this little gentle fellow here. Oh. You can see all the dirt in the... So what happens, it leaks out of the seal, it coats the casing of it, and then your dirt and road grime just attaches to it. It's like flying on sticky tape per se. So that would be one way of telling you, hey, this shock or strut is leaking, it's time to change them or upgrade. The other way is just if they're damaged. So if you get one where the casing, like on the black part there, is damaged, dented or whatever, or the mount is broken, that'd be another way of saying, hey, it's time to get new shocks or struts at that time.
Will I know if my shocks are damaged?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. This is average. So if you look at this thing, there's nothing wrong with it other than mileage. So some people say, like Monroe puts out something saying that you can replace them after 50,000 miles. I think that's a little extensive. I think you can do more like 90 to 100,000 miles on most of your vehicles out there.
So if I'm an adventurous driver and I like to, you know, go down to Moab or do whatever, would I come to you to say, do I need extra shocks? Can you fix me up with some heavy duty shocks?
You bet. You bet.
And then
we can do all that stuff. I mean, obviously, if you're out playing around with your vehicle and stuff, you definitely want something more than just a factory original thing. And most of your time, you're probably going to have something that's lifted, so you're going to have some form of a lifted shock,
right,
which is just going to add support to the vehicle.
So you can help me if I'm a super adventurer or just regular old gal.
We'll get you bouncing everywhere.
All right, head on over to Hillside Tire and Service. Tom will hook you up. All right, now for the awe. All right, I promised awe. This is the awe. Darren's dog, Pudge. Ooh, she's so cute. Oh, she's the awe. More At Your Leisure ahead.
It's hunting season. Families come together, friends reconnect, parents include and teach their children. Make this year's hunt great with a new utility side-by-side or ATV. Stedman's Recreation has Utah's largest selection of Honda, Polaris, and Yamaha side-by-sides and ATVs. See them all at Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. Does your machine need to be tuned up? Need accessories? Stedman's Parts and Service Department can help.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. You may think it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's only 30 miles back.
There's a little place on a Utah map where I was raised, where my heart's at, where the sagebrush grows wild and high, and the stars come out at night. Oh, there ain't nothing like being raised in the basin with the Ute reservation, skiing, starvation, that Duchesne County life.
In 1946, Ray City started a business built on exploration and family. He made his customers a promise that they would always find a friend when they walked into a dealership with the name Ray City. Now, 70 years later, that promise is fulfilled every day. We're still all about exploration and family. 70 years is a long time, but we are just getting started. Come in and celebrate our huge anniversary sale. Ray City RV off Riverdale Road in Roy, serving your family since 1946.
Welcome to Castle Country, a land as diverse as its people, and a rural area that relies on responsible use of the land. Here, you will find adventure at every turn. From mountain peaks to sun-swept deserts, Castle Country has it all.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. Well, as you can see, we're at Capitol Reef National Park here.
Which, by the way, is only 11 short miles from beautiful downtown Torry, the headquarters of our adventure. Now, everybody knows about Highway 12. There are lots of other destinations, though, from this location you can find. Doesn't matter whether you're going west, east, north, or south. Let's go explore some of them.
Fire this baby up, let's roll.
I'm not hiking up that.
And here's one more for you. If you have a dual sport bike and can go a little further off-road, right out of Torry on the other side of Capitol Reef is the Nodum Road. This road goes all the way from Highway 24 and connects into Bullfrog just at the entrance. And it is a beautiful and spectacular sight. Right now, let's get back to our trailhead brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATVMC.
Love those guys. We're going to go to the Juab County Fair. And over the years, the popularity has kind of waned. So Juab County pulled out a secret weapon, and here's how they upped their attendance.
Most people would consider the county fair a celebration of the past, not a glimpse into the future. There was a time when the fair was the only show in town, but now as the 21st century streams innumerable other forms of entertainment directly into our palms, some of the allure of these county events has been lost, particularly for younger generations. Juab County, home to towns like Nephi and Eureka, is incredibly proud of its rural past, but has found it's easier to appreciate yesterday when you have your eye on tomorrow.
We believe in our heritage here in Juab County. It's a big thing to us. Farming industry is big here.
We were going through pictures last night, and I was able to show them pictures of me showing sheep and sewing clothing and that kind of stuff as well. And so that was kind of fun to take a trip down memory lane and then watch them come and do it today.
That multi-generational facet of the Juab County Fair goes beyond just the enjoyment of the rodeos and demolition derbies that have made the event famous. Rural communities often face an uphill battle engaging teenagers in the lifestyle of farming and ranching. Since the fair is a celebration of that lifestyle, many youths don't understand the appeal. Juab County has made steps to remedy that in an intelligent and inclusive way.
You know, it was about 2 years ago, one of our board members said, well, you know, have we ever thought about putting junior fair board members on? And we looked at each other and decided that was exactly what we needed to do.
For the youth, this is great. The job I'm in and the Juab County Fair Board that's let members of the community come in and learn, all it's doing is bettering our future.
I think it helps with experience because we're going to be the next ones to lead the fair and be the ones that are going to take on the fair in the next few years. So I think it helps with the experience, and it also helps with bringing different ideas in. We're going to bring in different ideas than they are, which is going to draw in a different crowd.
Those ideas have already begun to reshape the fair and the demographics of those attending. Some of the attractions are tailor-made to draw in youth, not just with the livestock shows that are a common feature, but in other, more modern ways as well. One event, known as Fair Factor, is just for the teenagers in attendance. And once you find out what it is, you'll understand why.
It's based on Fear Factor, and our coordinator for it, she always comes up with some very creative ideas on challenges and dares that the participants have to do each year. It's kind of challenging for the participants, but it's a lot of fun for the audience to watch.
So they have some stuff they have to go through, eating worms and putting worms in their mouth and all kinds of things. So that's this. If you see it, it's pretty exciting to see.
This year's contestants needed to, among other things, eat a sandwich full of hair, lie in a plank position with their faces over a pile of manure, and even pluck out their own eyelashes. The winner took home $100 for their troubles and earned the title of Fair Factor Champion. Yeah. The inclusion of the youth board members promises to continue helping the Juab County Fair evolve in the coming years and decades. The fair will always be a celebration of rural America and the ideals that make it great. But that doesn't mean the bright light of the future can't shine alongside the vivid memories of the past. Here in Juab County, you get the best of both.
I dare you to come down. I dare you to find something at this fair that you don't like, because there is something for everybody here.
You know, you can come down here and you can find activities that you want to participate in that you might never have seen before. It's just there's a wide variety of something for everyone.
Past, present, and future in one county fair package. For At Your Leisure, I'm Malia Stringham.
In our never-ending push to come up with what's next, we took everything you love about the summit to an entirely new level. The next Ski-Doo Summit. Powerful, effortless. It's what's next.
When the road takes you farther than you knew possible, when the world is more beautiful than you've ever seen, when home is more comfortable than it should be, this is when you know you're in Kane County. The perfect mix of rural and urban, culture and adventure. Glendale, Orderville, Kanab, Bigwater, small towns with more to offer than just peace and quiet. Kane County, Utah. Find the new you.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We are back in Torry, finishing our day. Thought we'd give you an inside tip. This is where we stayed. This is the Broken Spur. They have this marvelous restaurant. Brilliant steaks.
Oh my gosh.
Great service.
So good.
And of course, they've got great rooms. They're very comfortable. We really enjoyed our stay here. And they have fun stuff. Look at this gift shop.
Yeah, look at this. This cute little gift shop. It's so adorable.
And you can get Jackson Hole sarsaparilla root beer here. They got books to read, a lobby to hang out in.
Yeah, I'm just going to sit down here.
Yeah, you'll be here
for
forever, right?
Yeah, this is nice.
And you're going to have your own Broken Spur sweatshirt. Ooh, that'll kind of come in cozy. Look at that.
I know, isn't it? This place is really cool.
Okay, well, right now we have a lot of stuff to do, so we are going to leave you with the Broken Spur. We're going to take you to this week's contest winner.
Thanks, Chad. Our AYL sticker this week comes from Tucson, Arizona. And they have their AYL sticker right there on the hood of their UTV. Congratulations, Cheryl Arellano. You are the winner of a Camp Chef stove. Call us this week at 801-947-8888. Now, for everyone else, remember, you can get your own AYL sticker at any of our sponsors or any of the events we attend. You can send in your photos directly to us or post them on Facebook to be entered to win. We're going to have more big prizes to give away in the coming months, so you're going to want to get those stickers. Now that we have that out of the way, there are a couple of upcoming events you should put on your calendar. First off, October 21st and 22nd at the Benson Grist Mill in Tooele, your family can attend the Pumpkin Walk, which is a great Halloween event where you can walk through different scary displays, dress in full costume, and enjoy some trick-or-treating. It's the perfect way to enjoy some Halloween adventure. For more info, check out bensonmill.org. Then the following weekend, October 28th through the 30th in Cedar City, is the massive Livestock and Heritage Festival. This is a celebration of our rural past and Western culture in general. There will be plenty of food, live performances from country music stars, and it's all topped off with the parade and the running of the sheep, as it were. You can find out more about the Livestock and Heritage Festival by going to cedarlivestockfest.com. Now, let's see what we have on the next episode of At Your Leisure. Autumn always brings with it spectacular colors, and next week, Chad and Rhea are diving into a wonderland of different shades. What trail holds such magnificent views? They'll have the answer. Then come with me, Stephen Human, as I ride out of Green River on an OHV route few people know exists. From the desert to the mountains, AYL has all the adventure you need. Be here next week.
Well, that's it for our show. And of course, a long day of riding means a long night of resting, because we're kind of bushed. So this is where we part ways. We're going to go in there. You're going to stay out here. But we do want to remind you that there's adventure around every bend. But
you just got to remember to go out and create your own adventure.
That's right. At your leisure. Good night.
See you next time.
No, I said you were staying out. Good night.
I'd like to thank Sam Steed. Oh, crap. What's it called? Rocky Ridge Resorts.
That's right. And we are going to go to the Juab State Fair. Crap.
Why was that crap?
Because I said State Fair.
Hi, I'm Chad Booth from At Your Leisure. I hope you just enjoyed the YouTube video that you just watched. Now, remember, we come up with new videos like this every single week, so you might want to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss a single story that we have out. Now, you can also share us with all of your friends on social media. Here's how to do it right here. And that way, they can have fun too. If you want detailed information, we of course have our website, AYLTV.com, and from there you can find out which television stations we broadcast on, so you never have to spend a day without your fix of family-oriented outdoor recreation adventure. Plus, don't forget we have really cool contests.